Violence Sunday night in Peoria. At least 2 are dead after several shootings in the central part of the city and the East Bluff. It's Monday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez.
And I'm Janice Rebholz. We start things off with Sam Matheny and what we know tonight. Sam?
Tyler, Janice, it's been 24 hours and police have yet to provide full details on several incidents that happened Sunday night. The first shooting happened near Republic and North Wisconsin Avenue in the East Bluff. Peoria Police Chief Eric Echeverria confirmed one woman was shot and killed in an apparent act of domestic violence. Coroner Jamie Harwood says the woman was taken to OSF St. Francis but later died. Witnesses tell us who were there at the time of the shooting say there was a baby nearby and tell me that the woman who was shot was the child's grandmother. Now, we're still waiting for confirmation on that and full details of these investigations. An autopsy was scheduled for this afternoon and it's unclear if there have been any arrests, but that was just the start of Sunday. The chief says there were 2 more incidents at 2 separate houses on Sodas Court. That's near the intersection of Reservoir Boulevard in central Peoria. We know 1 person died there and another was shot next door, and that second person is expected to recover. We're still waiting for Peoria police to provide us any details or further details that we requested about these separate incidents. We don't know if they are related. We also don't know if there are any suspects that have been arrested. Tyler, Janice, back to you.